Welcome to Saturday Morning Meeting for Suppliers, presented by 8th and Walton, the premier destination for supplier development, and sponsored in part by Dun & Bradstreet Credibility Corp, the leading provider of credit and credibility solutions for businesses. I'm standing just inside the Crossmark Center for Collaboration, and upstairs are more than a dozen retail service providers ready to help suppliers grow their business with Walmart and Sam's Club. Today's event at the CCC is the Walmart Supplier Solutions Summit, where suppliers learn about new business and technology solutions. Topics like joint business planning, virtual modular planning, in-store marketing, supplier training, and on-shelf availability are being discussed here and enacted in live simulations. Let's head upstairs and go where the action is.
With me today is Bill Akins of Rockfish, and we're at the Walmart Supplier Solutions Summit. Bill, what makes this event so unique?
This has been a really unique event because suppliers have been able to actually eavesdrop in on conversations instead of being presented things. So while services have actually been told through some of these stories, they actually sit through kind of like a day in the life of what it would be to observe a buyer meeting with a supplier in a digital joint business planning session. And so it's been really interesting because in a way it's almost been like watching a show, because you hear suppliers resonate because they've lived the things that are being brought out, but yet then they see solutions that they may not have been exposed to before. So it's been a very interesting event, very unique.
Okay, so they're giving live simulations.
Yes.
So what changes do you think suppliers have made coming out of your beginning meeting?
Coming out of your beginning meeting, it was crystal clear. It's all going to be about everyday low price, everyday low cost, right there in the store. So suppliers are going to have to be a lot more creative in how they utilize the programs and events they already have in place, and then they've got to make digital work harder for them as well, and they've got to bring insights in. So insights without action are nothing but overhead, and so they're having to work a lot harder to bring those types of unique insights that Walmart can now take advantage of to obviously bring the right products to the right suppliers.
So speaking of unique insights, tell me what you're up to with Spark.
So Spark, the program continues to grow. In fact, when you look at Walmart focusing on EDLC, EDLP, on-shelf availability still, it's front and center for what needs to happen with the suppliers. We now have over 1,200 companies that are actually utilizing the program, 40,000 suppliers that are utilizing this on the shelf, in and out of their in-store operations.
Right.
So, yeah.
Okay, well, thank you so much for talking with me today, Bill.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
We're here with Jennifer Warren from InContext Solutions. Welcome, Jennifer.
Thank you for having me.
So tell me a little bit about your business. What exactly is it that you guys do?
We specialize in simulating virtual shopping experiences within online retail environments.
Okay, when you say simulating, I'm assuming that it's online and we get to go kind of...
That's absolutely right.
That, okay.
We can create any virtual shopping experience within a category. New packaging, signage, displays, end caps, anything within a virtual mock store environment.
Okay, well tell me more about that. So how are suppliers using this, or what are you finding suppliers using this now? What are they doing? So
usually a supplier would have to go to a mock planogram facility or have an in-store test.
So they'd have to have some kind of a building, right? A real building, right? And then they bring people into that building and walk through the scenario or their system, different things like that.
Right, central location testing. So what we can do is actually stream that online and have people shop and exercise from anywhere that they have an internet connection.
So take us through a scenario. Take us through a sample, or if I was to sign up for this and do it, what would I be doing?
Okay. For example, if you were going to take you through a virtual Walmart shopping experience, we would have you fly into the virtual environment.
Okay, do I get to be an avatar, or do I get a little avatar?
No, it's all through.
It's all visual.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's all through the perspective. So you're already there. But you'd fly into the environment, so you feel like you're in a Walmart store.
Okay.
You would be dropped into the aisle and giving a shopping mission. So let's just continue down this path and say it's cereal.
Okay.
So we're getting a cereal shopping mission that says, okay, purchase your favorite cereal items as you would any Sunday you go to a grocery store.
Okay.
Then you get dropped into the aisle, and then you can literally walk and navigate throughout the category, the entire cereal category. So you can pick up any products you want, zoom in, zoom out, spin it 360 degrees. When you're ready to purchase, you can then go ahead and put it in your virtual cart. Okay. Or you can put it back down, or you can even choose to leave the store if you don't find what you need.
So as I understand it, InContext also allows you to bring a new product to market and kind of do some virtual things with that. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Sure. We can do packaging simulations. So if you have a couple different varieties of packaging that you want to, we can test that in different control cells, and then you can see which one actually performs better. You can also break it down to core users or light users. So you can see if you're bringing in new shoppers or if it's resonating with your core. A lot of different
And I think for suppliers, and I think this is really the key, suppliers take all of this information and bring it to a buyer, and they present it to a buyer, and it gives that buyer much more confidence when they're actually bringing that item to market.
Correct.
And that's really for suppliers. That's really what the bottom line is. You want your buyer confident that this item is going to be successful.
Right. So in virtual simulations, what it really empowers you to do is make faster, smarter, and more profitable decisions.
Yeah.
So you can mitigate the risk of an in-store test or a mock store test, and you can keep that proprietary information online and away from your competitors as long as humanly possible.
Yeah, no doubt.
So it has a lot of benefits. It's definitely more cost effective than having a bad in-store test.
Yeah.
So it's definitely worth trying out.
Yeah. Well, Jennifer, thank you so much for coming in today. We really appreciate it.
No problem.
Thanks.
Thank you.
With me today is Kurt Shaffer from Alteryx. Thanks so much for joining us today, Kurt.
The pleasure is all mine, believe me.
So tell me a little bit about Alteryx.
Okay, Alteryx is a technology that we use to primarily gather information from a variety of different sources, bring it into one place, and then present it to other types of solutions for analysis.
So how does this technology improve a supplier's business?
Well, one of the major challenges suppliers often face is that there's a wide variety of data that's available to them and they're presented with. And they spend a great deal of time and energy trying to shape that data so that it's available for a proper analysis. Alteryx allows you to do so in a wide variety of ways and makes it available for that different technologies to make better use of it.
Okay. So say I'm a supplier and I've chosen Alteryx as my technology solution. How long till it can be up and running?
Very quickly. That's one of the strengths of the solution, and that our return on investment really is often based on the quick turnaround time. So what may take a typical person days, if not weeks, in order to shape the data, we can do so in hours.
What kind of ROI can a supplier get from your technology?
It's all based around the time to present or prepare the data. So what a supplier might take or an analyst might take days and maybe weeks in order to prepare it, Alteryx can allow them to do it in hours. So therefore, they're able to do other things and very quickly get to the answers that they want to get to.
So do you have a success story you can share with us?
I think one that might be relevant to your viewers is a company called VF. They have a wide variety of brands that they bring to market, including Wrangler and North Face and other types of products. They have to manage a large number of SKUs, and there's a lot of data that's associated with them. Which stores they should be involved in, where it should be placed, those types of things. This analysis took them weeks, if not months, in order to put together previously, and today we can do that in, again, hours rather than.
So you help them sort through all that data and make sense of it?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
And present it for further analysis using some other solutions that they have in place.
Well, thank you so much for talking with us today, Kurt.
Yeah, it's been my pleasure, really.
KStack, the leader in collaborative retail consolidation programs. We offer the supply chain expertise needed to navigate the challenges of selling products with the world's largest retailers. And we provide customers with a customizable, scalable, environmentally sustainable supply chain with the same advanced technology typically used by larger rivals. By leveling the playing field, KStack lowers distribution costs and increases overall margins. KStack, retail logistics is what we do.
We're here today with Henry Ho from Field Agent. Welcome, Henry.
Good to be here, Andy.
Yeah. So the Walmart Supplier Solutions Summit just finished up. We had about 150 suppliers come through. What was your role in that, and what was your seminar about?
We spoke about mobile research at the summit. And mobile research comes in three main buckets: in-store conditions research, in-store shopper research, and at-home ethnography research.
So tell me a little bit more about that, the methodologies and how they've changed. What's new and traditional, what's kind of the difference?
One of the things that we wanted to emphasize during the summit was that the methodologies and the rigor of research is the same with mobile research. Mm-hmm. What's different is technology has come and changed the game for us. And so, for example, in traditional research, you have shop-alongs, you have focus groups, and you have in-home studies.
Okay.
With mobile research, we now have what we call shopper iMovies and mobile chats and at-home ethnographies.
Okay, well, tell me a little bit more about like a national sample. How are you doing national samples now?
You know, in the past, suppliers who wanted to get in stores and talk to 500 or 1,000 shoppers, that was a difficult thing to do. Now with the mobile technology, that's completely freed it up for suppliers to get out and talk to Walmart shoppers in their specific locations where they're shopping.
Well, I guess it's also changed being able to look at demographics as well.
Absolutely. We gave an example during this summit where we focused on the Hispanic shopper. We said, hey, if you wanted to drill down and understand Hispanic shoppers, we can get to that and their income, their family makeup, and so forth, and we could get to the key markets where Hispanics live and work and play.
Yeah.
That was very, very helpful for, I think, the folks at the summit.
Well, Henry, it sounds like mobile research is growing a lot and changing a lot. And if people want to learn more about this, can they contact you, or how do they do that?
Yeah, absolutely. We will certainly would love to help people with mobile research.
Great. Thank you so much for coming in today.
8th and Walton can help you become a smarter supplier with webinars and classes, services like custom training, consulting, HR solutions, and staffing. Visit www.8thandwalton.com to find out how you can become a better partner to Walmart. Sales analysts, build your skills fast with 8th and Walton's core classes. Order them together and save 10%. Go to 8thandwalton.com/classes.
For investors that are nearing retirement, the rule of 100 illustrates that you may need to reduce your risk and protect your nest egg. As you make these adjustments, do you think it's possible to make money in any market? Curious? Call Mach 1 Financial today for clarity regarding your retirement.
So we're here at the summit with Harry Ganapathy from Dun & Bradstreet Credibility Corp. Welcome, Harry.
Thank you, Andy.
That's good to have you here. So tell me a little bit about Dun & Bradstreet Credibility Corp. What is it that you do?
So we provide suppliers and businesses ranging from small to large with access to their full D&B credit file, understanding the scores and ratings that are utilized by Walmart, specifically the Dun & Bradstreet Supplier Evaluation Rating and Supplier Stability Indicator, both of which vary by industry in terms of what the threshold is for whether or not you could sell your goods within Walmart stores or on an ongoing basis.
So a D&B score is something that each supplier has to have and has to be at a certain level.
Correct. So all suppliers will have a score that's already established by D&B.
Correct.
The question is it has to meet a certain threshold. So it's on a rating of a 1 to 9 scale. And depending if you're a vegetable vendor or you're a toy manufacturer, your buyer will have a specific score criteria for you that's a prerequisite.
Great. And so how do you assist suppliers? What is it that you do then?
So there are many criteria or pieces of data that are available publicly or that a supplier could provide that go into the algorithms that calculate the credit scores.
Okay.
So it can be from how you're classified with respect to your SIC code, your Standard Industrial Classification Code. You could be a manufacturer of food products or a specific manufacturer of chocolate snacks.
Okay.
And little nuances like that can actually start to make meaningful differences in the predictive scores, one of which is the supplier evaluation.
I would assume if a supplier is coming into Walmart maybe for the first time, they're not aware how important this score is.
Correct.
And you guys help provide that service to help them understand that better and get that score to where it needs to be and down that process. Is that right?
That's exactly right.
Okay.
Help them understand where what data is being used, where it's coming from, what additional inputs they can provide, and give them the tools to be able to do that themselves.
Sure. So what's a common question that suppliers ask you when they first kind of contact Dun & Bradstreet Credibility Corp? What kind of questions are they asking?
Why is my score what it is?
Why is my score what it is? Exactly.
I pay my bills on time. I have access to credit. I don't understand why Walmart's telling me I can't sell my goods in their store.
Wow, that's a tough question, isn't it? Yeah,
it is.
And so you not only help them provide the answers, but then you help them find the solutions.
Correct. So we've got cases where we do it for them, where they effectively outsource their business credit management function to us. And in other cases, we'll effectively train and onboard their CFO or controller in understanding what it is that they need to do, walk them through the tools that they can utilize to improve their scores.
Well, Harry, it sounds like suppliers could really benefit through this service, and we thank you so much for talking with us today.
Well, I appreciate the opportunity to meet so many today. Thank you, Andy.
I'm standing outside of the 8th and Walton classroom right now. They're doing live simulations of real business people in real life situations. Let's go inside.
In this simulation, Darrell plays the role of supplier and Katya the role of retail expert, which she really is. But here, Katya is an 8th and Walton teaching expert answering the supplier's questions.
Now we're here with Darrell Rosen from 8th and Walton. Welcome, Darrell.
Thank you, Andy. Appreciate it.
So tell me all about the new 8th and Walton.
Yeah, we're really excited to start talking about what we're calling the new 8th and Walton. Okay. Basically, what we're doing is we really looked at the current 8th and Walton, and we decided that we needed to change several things about it.
Okay.
One is we've really been on a mission to hire the right talent. We've added a lot of skill coming directly from Walmart itself, so that background and experience.
Okay.
We've had a lot of new talent from suppliers, some 15, 20, 25 years, 30 years worth of experience.
Great.
People that have gone all across the board. So really improving our talent level. And then we're starting to look at what new services, what new training, what's relevant, what's needed. I think one of the things that we realized is 8th and Walton has been known as a retail link training company.
Right, and I mean, I think that's kind of the basis of where you guys started, right?
That's absolutely right.
So what's going to change from that?
Okay, well, certainly we're going to stay with that. That's foundational.
Good.
Okay, so that'll stay. But then we're going to add new things that we think are going to be equally as impactful to our supplier community.
Such as?
Such as we're going to add new HR services. We believe that there's a need to have things like outsourcing of service. So you have an individual there, you have a staffing gap, you need to fill that gap.
Oh, okay. For suppliers, so that when someone leaves, either whether they go on maternity leave or they leave the company,
absolutely,
you guys can fill in that 90-day gap?
Yep, we can fill in that while you're looking. We're not a staffing company.
Sure.
Okay,
Sure.
We have partnerships or alliances with other companies that'll do that part.
Well, that's pretty exciting. So what are the things you're going to be doing? So human resources, you've got that capability. What else?
We're relooking at all of our content development and looking and saying, what do we need? So all of our category management work, joint business planning work, all of these things are all being, updated, upgraded, making sure that we really are providing and have available to suppliers the latest and greatest thinking. And then asking suppliers what's needed, what's missing, okay, what's keeping you up at night, right? The old cliche, right?
Exactly.
So we're really getting very in touch with that, so that now we're able to really be able to affect that in a positive way.
Darrell, hey, real exciting. Sounds like you got a lot of great things planned, and I'm glad we had a chance to talk to you here at the summit. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you.
So we're here today with Denise Natishan from Cameron Smith & Associates. Welcome.
Thank you.
Denise.
It's good to be with you, Andy, again.
So tell us a little bit about what Cameron Smith & Associates does.
Basically, it's very simple. We provide the best and the brightest talent to our supplier teams here in Bentonville and across the country.
So if I'm a supplier and I'm looking for a partner, is that kind of what happens? They're like going, hey, Cameron Smith, that's where we want to go, and they're going to help us find our people? Or, what makes you guys different and unique from, I guess, everybody else out there?
That's a great question, Andy. And I think the best thing that I can say is the more that we can business partner with somebody, that's the best, that we could be an HR extension for them here in Bentonville or across the country. And so once we get to know the culture of the company, we'll be able to match much better what that person needs and what the company needs.
Okay, so HR extension. So let's say I'm a Kellogg's or one of the larger companies looking for someone or whatnot. You actually work with the HR departments then and work down that path?
We work with the HR departments, and we also work with the hiring managers. And again, that goes back to knowing the culture of the company, knowing what they want, and we individually meet all of our candidates so that we're able to match the personality, because culture fit is a huge thing as far as when we're trying to make a right placement for a company.
Okay, so you guys are here at the summit today.
We're very excited.
Kind of enjoying this?
Yeah, we're having a great time here.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, Denise, thank you so much for coming in, and thanks for letting us speak with you today. We really appreciate it.
Truly my pleasure.
All
Good
right,
to see
thanks.
you. Thank you.
GigWalk is transforming how work gets done. As the leading mobile workforce management platform, GigWalk provides companies with mobile tools and a data-driven approach to improving business efficiency. Leading brands and retailers use GigWalk to manage their field teams and to mobilize 750,000 GigWalkers to collect data intelligence about their business and brands. Are the shelves stocked? Are my products priced competitively? Are the correct promotions in place? Visit us at gigwalk.com to learn more. GigWalk, make work better.
Trying to get your product noticed by retailers and customers? Rapid Prototypes in Bentonville can help with packaging, displays, renderings, signage, and much more. They are called Rapid Prototypes for a reason. Rapid turnaround and rapid response time to your needs. Need 2-week turnaround? Easy. Need 2-day turnaround? No problem. Need 2-minute turnaround? Let's talk. At Rapid Prototypes, we're always willing to go the extra mile for you. Rapid Prototypes, across from Cassano's Pizza on Walton Boulevard in Bentonville. Call 479-273-3278.
Bentonville Plaza, across the street from the Walmart home office. The best office location offers proximity and services like no other business complex in the area. Call 479-200-1112 today.
We all have large libraries of data. Unfortunately, most companies never read what is in their library, but instead settle for top-line reporting. Beyond software that just automates, when we open our minds to being curious and creative with data, we discover the insights that build into remarkable ideas which deliver business growth. Here at the Harvest Group, we do just that. Open up your rich consumption data into a set of priceless ideas that grow the business. Are you ready to unlock the ideas buried in your data? Let the Harvest Group take a look at your business.
So we're here with Pete Louree from Atlas Technology Group. Welcome, Pete.
Thanks, Andy.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit about your business. What is it that Atlas does?
Atlas Technology helps suppliers at Walmart leverage their data on a daily basis. So we have two business modules. The first being Atlas, which is our custom reporting module.
Okay.
And the second component is AMP, which stands for Assortment Modular Planning, which AMP is a blend of custom software and engineering talent that automates the modular planning process.
Okay, well, let's talk about the first thing, and that is really taking, I'm assuming, all the retail link data and kind of bringing it into a system and being able to analyze that data. Is that kind of step one?
That's exactly it.
Okay.
So, Atlas, we want to be the hub for all of the data that you're using, whether it's retailer POS data, syndicated data, weather
syndicated,
data.
so you can take in data from outside of just the retail link.
Absolutely.
Okay, and then incorporate that into some of that data?
Exactly. It could be weather data, fuel data, a company's structured data that they have that they're accessing at corporate, so maybe shipment information. So whatever data they want to use to monitor and manage their performance,
okay,
they can bring that into Atlas.
And tell their stories. And then you also mentioned something about AMP. Tell me a little bit more about that.
So AMP is a really cutting-edge application today, and it's targeted toward category advisors. So those companies that are advising Walmart on their categories, drawing modulars.
Okay.
And what Atlas is, it's changing the way companies can manage that process. It's bringing more science to the process,
okay,
and reducing the time that it takes to do a modular. So what we'll do is we can reduce the modular time from weeks, days, months, depending on the complexity of the mod.
Right.
We can write custom business rules into the assortment process.
Okay. And you're actually sharing some of that here at the Supplier Summit, right?
Yeah, that's what we're demoing today.
You're demoing it for some of the other people that are here at the show.
Yes.
Okay. Awesome. Well, Pete, hey, thank you so much for talking with us today. We really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you. So we're here with Bryan Perry from Excel Displays. Welcome, Bryan.
Thank you, Andy.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit about Excel and what it is that you do in the vendor community.
Well, we're an independent POP company out of Chicago, and we do temporary displays from A to Z, from conceptual design through production.
Okay. And temporary displays, so PDQ trays, half pallets, quarter pallets.
Right. Full pallets, sidekicks, just anything out of corrugated that you can think of.
So what makes Excel unique and different from the competition?
I think one of the things that is really attractive about Excel is our speed to market and the way we can get pricing back to Walmart and our CPG clients. And another thing is our digital printing capabilities. We just purchased a digital press.
Okay.
So our speed to market now with low
and
quantity.
how does that affect costs or speed, or what is that?
Well, you won't have the litho, you won't have the labeling, so
okay,
you save print plates, label prep. So we're quicker to market that way, and we're also less expensive.
So do you have any success stories you can share with us today? Kind of some suppliers that you've worked with and some things that have really worked out well?
One thing to add to our uniqueness is we do add a shopper marketing slant to how we design. So we start with the why versus just taking orders and cookie cutting displays out. But we've changed the way we go to market and we present to our clients from that aspect, which has really gotten us a lot of new ideas and new opportunities from both Walmart and from the supplier community.
Good. So if I'm a supplier and I come to you and I bring in, and we do a pallet program or something like that, let's say we're going to ship out just 50 pallets. It's going to be a test, something like that. Can you actually do the shipping and stuff for me as well? Or are you going to have to send the corrugate to somebody else?
What type of services do you have available?
We have partners we can turnkey it. So
okay,
you tell me what you need, and we can do it all. Yeah.
Well, Bryan, hey, thank you so much for talking with us today. We really appreciate it.
Thank you, Andy.
Enjoying the summit here.
You bet.
All right, thank you.
Joining me today is Clay Hall from Field Agent. Clay, we've had on Rick West, Henry Ho. Now it's your turn.
Awesome.
So tell me a little bit about Field Agent.
Field Agent is a unique company. We're a mobile research firm, and we provide data and insights to virtually any business, any consumer, any individual looking for quick data, access to data and information and so forth.
So how does Field Agent improve a supplier's business?
It's really unique. What Field Agent does is we supply information and visibility from, for example, inside a store. So if a supplier is sitting in Bentonville, Arkansas, and he or she has a need for information, what's taking place on a store on the West Coast, for example, we can bring visibility to that in a matter of hours or days, depending on how many stores there are. So
just through their app on their phone?
It's through their app, where we have an app. It's available Google Play and iTunes, and it's free. And we actually push the information out to our agents. Our agents go on their app, they reply, and we pay them a bounty for the information. So it's very quick, very low cost.
Yeah, that sounds easy to use.
Yeah, it's fun.
So what's the most common question you get asked by a supplier?
Oh, gee, suppliers ask us, how quickly can we provide them information? And as I said, it's very quick. Once we get all set up, can take anywhere from 24 to 48 hours. And then we can supply information out of 4,000 stores, for example, in a matter of days. The cool thing about it, too, is as you can see the build come, so the first few hundred stores, you begin to see that build and watch it grow up to the final store count.
Do you have a success story you can share for us today?
Oh, I do. Yes, I had a supplier come to me and he asked, he was having an issue at Walmart with this buyer and making a modular change. And so what we did was we did a path to purchase study with this product. It was in a specific category, and we asked that the consumer, the agent, go to that category to shop, and we asked them to do a time study while they were there, and we asked them to shop for 3 different products. And so as they shop for each individual product, they did a time study and started and stopped, started and stopped. And so we averaged that time. And what we found was that at Walmart, it took about 28 seconds longer to find these 3 products versus a competing retailer.
Well, thank you so much for talking with us today, Clay.
Yeah, it was my pleasure, Sam. Thank you.
Stay tuned for more on the Supplier Summit.
Bentonville Commerce, less than 1 mile from the Walmart home office. You'll love the convenience, amenities, and customized options Bentonville Commerce offers. For more information or a tour, call 479-200-1112 today.
Retail Solutions is the market leader helping advance reporting and analytics with Walmart suppliers around the globe. We manage the data for you, automate data integration, attribution, and reports, and then help you focus on activities that will drive the most value. To do this, RSI works with you to perform a business value assessment to identify the largest value opportunities in your business. If improving results in sales through better insights and execution and efficiencies are important to you, contact RSI today.
8th and Walton can help you become a smarter supplier with webinars and classes, services like custom training, consulting, HR solutions, and staffing. Visit www.8thandwalton.com to find out how you can become a better partner to Walmart. Sales Analysts. Build your skills fast with 8th and Walton's core classes. Order them together and save 10%. Go to 8thandwalton.com/classes now.
So, Mike, this is it. It's the end of a long day. Your summit is over.
A long day.
How did it go?
It was a good day, but you know what? We've been doing this since probably 5 o'clock this morning. My feet hurt.
5 o'clock this morning?
5 o'clock this morning, yeah.
And how many suppliers came through?
I think we ended up with almost 125 suppliers come through. It's been a good day.
Thanks for watching Saturday Morning Meeting for Suppliers. A donation of $2,000 was made to Champions for Kids from the proceeds of the first ever Walmart Supplier Solutions Summit. When suppliers and service providers come together, a difference can be made.